500 miles, 500 more, 1,000 miles.
So here we are again. Tip 2. Series Writers Guild, Dec Cluskey. Again, tip I gave you in the first one. Always use this alcohol rub type stuff. Gets rid of all infections and disease and bacteria. Also cleans your hands beautifully for playing your lovely guitar. And this is a beauty. Very lucky, blessed, as I always say. Now, thinking about writing songs with guitar, this is a big beware, this is. More than likely, if you play guitar, you're involved with a band. And my tip this time is, do not, under any circumstances, write a song from scratch with a band. You say, but a lot of people do that. Yes, a lot of people do it. I think you have to be very extremely professional in the way you approach it to work that way. And here's the reason why. If you're an amateur band and you haven't had hits and you haven't had huge success gigging and everything, you probably don't have a style. So any time that you sit down with the band to write a new song, as particularly if you don't obey the tip that I gave in the first of these tips, and that is to have a riff, to have a thought, to have a line in your mind before you sit down. If you don't do that with a band, what you'll do is end up with the same old, same old. In other words, the band will just simply start playing. They'll go into the old usual wherever they go into, you know, it could, or it could be anything, you know. Maybe they're a country band, and they'll just drift into that same thing. So all the songs will sound same old, same old. I've been involved with bands over the years, advising them, mentoring them, trying to advise them how to write hit songs. Strangely enough, nobody take advice. They don't take advice. I don't know why, but they just don't. I've always taken advice. There's another quick tip. I've always taken every bit of advice that's been given to me through my career, and I've simply done it. Don't ask questions. You know, if I respect the guy who's giving me the advice, I just take the advice and I do it. And I do that even now at this stage of my career. So there's a tip, and it's a negative tip. Do not, under any circumstances, go into your typical band rehearsal room or in your front room of the whatever it is, and all the guys, they start playing. They will simply play the same as they played last week and the week before and the week before. You've got to go to a band like that with a fresh idea, a fresh riff, a fresh line. And by the way, people like Noel Gallagher and that will always say, oh, I wrote that song in 10 minutes. He doesn't mean that he wrote the song in 10 minutes. He means that he had the idea. He had the riff, he had the thought, he had the line on the back of the number 10 bus. And then he spent months and months working on it. But don't ever believe those people who say they wrote a song in 10 minutes. It doesn't work. So there we are. Tip 2, never ever in your life work with a band to write a song from scratch.